Despite his unlikely relationship with King Charles, David Beckham has been rumored to not receive a knighthood on the New Year's honors list. In honor of the Emir of Qatar, Beckham and his wife Victoria attended their first state banquet on Tuesday at Buckingham Palace, according to the Mirror. The 49-year-old Becks was England's ambassador at the World Cup in Qatar. It is said that he and King Charles have become close over the past few years. However, there are rumors that the Manchester United great will once more be passed up for a knighthood. According to reports, Gareth Southgate, the former manager of England, will instead get the honor. This time, it won't work out for David. David is ecstatic for Gareth as he makes his big hurrah. David is okay with the fact that it wouldn't be his time, but you never know what the future holds, a source told the Daily Mail. When they first met at the British Fashion Council Awards, Beckham gave the king a pot of his honey, which he refers to as DBZ sticky stuff. The honey is produced by Beckham in the couple's Grade 2, Oxfordshire, Grade 2 listed barn. And that's when they discovered they had something in common, a mutual love of bee colonies. After more than a century of playing for England, Beckham was asked by King Charles to join the King's Foundation, a non-profit that seeks to create sustainable communities across the world. Beckham's decision to spend 12 hours standing in the famous public queue to watch the late Queen lay in state at Westminster Hall in September 2022 was another important turning point in his recovery. According to sources, Beckham has yearned for a knighthood, presumably in recognition of his services to the sports industry and his support of UNICEF and other deserving causes. Nevertheless, he has not received a knighthood in spite of his close ties to the royal family. He arrived at Buckingham Palace on Tuesday with a smile on his face, his shoulders back, and his head held high. This was purportedly done to hide any grief that could have been brought on by the most recent apparent failure. As they walked across the East Gallery, Becks and Victoria engaged in discussion. Becks was wearing tails and a smart white tie. Victoria wore a form-fitting, floor-length, dark purple evening gown designed by Victoria Beckham, which had long sleeves. She was wearing a garment she had made herself. As they walked towards the ballroom, she let out a little giggle. She had pulled her hair back into a contemporary ponytail. The former Real Madrid player reportedly enormously enjoyed the dishes served to the 170 guests at the palace this week, which included a tartlet of Cornish lobster and quail eggs, a Balmoral plum sorbet, a Samone vanilla ice cream, and a Windsor pheasant wrap in Savoy cabbage with roasted celeriac puree. The father of four is still rumored to have the opportunity to become a knight in the far future. His expectations seem to be stronger than they were in 2017, when a catastrophic set of emails was made public, despite the fact that they are broken this time. Beckham berated the honors committee in those emails for leaving him off of the list of honorees. His claims that he did not care about being knighted and that they were unappreciative CS were among them. It was also reported that he wrote, "I didn't expect anything less, to be honest. It's a travesty, and I would have received something similar 10 years ago if I were American." The story sparked a flurry of comments on social media, with users divided on whether Beckham deserved the honor. David Beckham has contributed more to England than most people realize. One netizen asked, "Why does the honor keep slipping away?" Gareth Southgate is worthy of being knighted, however. There's no doubt that Beckham's moment will come, someone else said. Victoria Beckham looked stunning in her purple dress. She deserves to be knighted for fashion herself, an admirer said. How can they fail to notice Beckham once more? A fourth individual commented, "He's a legend both on and off the pitch." "I had no idea Beckham kept bees. Perhaps he ought to launch a line of royal honey," said another internet user. This is politics, let's face it. When it's convenient for them, Beckham will receive his knighthood, a critic stated. David Beckham has been contacted by Business Times to provide remarks.